You know, we've been like a train just barreling down the tracks for more than 6 decades since we opened Disneyland Park. And then COVID, it brought that train to a stop. But it also allowed us to spend some time tinkering around a little bit. It was a rare opportunity to stop and think about where we wanted to go. So we took some time to do some things that we've always wanted to try in our parks, but we also had to put a few projects on hold while the world was stopped. Well, now we are back on track. We are picking up steam as we head toward our future and the reimagining possibilities that are in front of us. Now look, what I'm about to share with you is probably going to make a bunch of Disney folks out there nervous. But I think it's going to make you all really excited. Because what we're going to talk about next is way early in the creative process. It's what our Imagineers call blue sky. I want to be clear with everybody in here though. We are not up here daydreaming. It's important to me that you know these things we're going to talk about, they are very real. They are very serious discussions that I'm having with our teams about the future of our parks and experiences. And I want to touch on a couple of them today because, well, you are our biggest fans, and I want you to see behind that curtain a little bit. Does this sound like it's fun? Okay, I'm sure I'm going to get myself in trouble here. Now, some of you might know, at one point in my career, I was lucky enough to be leading Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. And during that time, I was involved with some of the planning for Pandora, the world of Avatar. It was such an awesome project to be part of, and it was so transformative for Animal Kingdom, and our guests love that land. But you know, I was kind of always thinking about the possibilities for transformation in this other area of the park, and that's Dinoland. I gotta tell you, we see tremendous opportunity here, a chance to tell some new stories that fit right in with what Animal Kingdom is all about. And I am just so excited about it. I can't keep it to myself, so I'm gonna share it with you. And then I figured it would be cool to invite out 2 key collaborators to come on out here and talk with me about some of our initial ideas. Sound fun? Okay. Well, please welcome Imagineering Creative Portfolio Executive Chris Beatty and the Chief Creative Officer of the Walt Disney Animation Studios and Academy Award-winning filmmaker, Jennifer Lee. Good to see you. Am I making you guys nervous?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit? Just a little bit nervous? Well, first of all, thank you both for being here today. Before we get to Dinoland, Jen, talk to us about the relationship between animation and Imagineering. What's it like for you to do these incredible things, write and direct a tremendous film like Frozen, that becomes an instant classic for everyone, and then see those characters come to life in our parks? What's that like?
I mean, it's a complete rush. I mean, parks, I don't know you all, they've always meant so much to me. And now to see these stories and characters that we get to work on and that we've created become new experience for the guests, I'm pretty overwhelmed. Give me a minute. I mean, I was listening to Into the Unknown and I was practically turning into pixie dust when you were showing us all the Frozen land, so I'll land on Earth in a minute. But speaking for everyone at Disney Animation, to say we love being a part of the creative process for our parks. Working with Imagineers, I mean,
cool.
we
Some
are
pretty cool people, right?
we are your biggest fans. I mean, we are. I have to tell you. So, but what's amazing is how it really is this natural fit. It is like being in our story rooms. It's like bouncing ideas around, crazy ideas sometimes, and then of course they make it happen, and just seeing where the stories take us. And Chris and I, along with the team, I'm like all about like what it's like being in there for me, but along with all the Imagineers and the studio filmmakers themselves, have been working together and looking at how we can bring the films for this last decade into the parks in natural ways.
All right, so can I continue the love fest?
Yeah, you get in there. It's all you, Chris. Go ahead.
It is so true. We love partnering with your team at Animation. Getting early insight into the characters and the stories that you're developing, it's critical for us at Imagineering as we move through that blue sky process. Let's go back to Dinoland for a minute. I think that's a great example of where we opened our conversation really, I think, with an important reminder about the ethos of Animal Kingdom. It has to start there. Since its beginning, Animal Kingdom has really focused on stories that have this connection to animals and intrinsic values of nature, and most of all, probably the power of transformative adventures. Josh, a few minutes ago, you talked about Avatar.
I love that place.
That is the perfect example of where a narrative and how it embodies these core values to create an experience that could only live at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that, Chris. But Jen, talk to us a little bit about how these values play into our decision making if we want to tell more stories in the park. What do we think could happen in Dinoland?
Well, I mean, first of all, understanding the foundation is critical to our creative thinking. And for us, what immediately came to mind when thinking about Animal Kingdom was Zootopia. I mean, how can we tell new stories together about these incredible animals to engage people of all ages?
Exactly. I mean, I remember the first time I sat down and watched Zootopia, watching Judy Hopps board the train and go through those amazing landscapes, and the animals in those environments just jumped off the screen to me as a possibility that could live in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, how cool would it be to take our guests into the various districts? I mean, be immersed in Tundra Town, Little Rodentia, Bunny Burrow, the Rainforest District, perhaps even points you haven't seen yet?
I'm sure there are districts and characters we haven't seen yet, right?
Well, not yet. Wink.
I'm waiting too. I'm waiting for that meeting to take place where maybe I get to look on the curve a little bit. But in all honesty, look, we love Zootopia, but we can't help as Imagineers but ask ourselves, where else could we go? And your team has done such an amazing job of developing stories that really speak to this idea of connections to nature.
Yeah, when we talked and I thought about this idea of connection, something else that came to mind was Moana, maybe?
Yes, please. I love the idea of Moana being in Animal Kingdom. I mean, her story is one of adventuring beyond the reef, connecting with nature. I mean, in order to heal a broken world and save her people. And I can just imagine getting to journey with her, trying to fight off the Kakamora, meeting mysterious animals and creatures of the deep. It would be thrilling.
Yes, that is would be extremely thrilling, and that's exactly how Animal Kingdom, or how Moana can fit into Animal Kingdom. These are the types of stories and narratives that really, I think, speak right to the heart of the park.
I think all of that sounds great, and we have real aspirations for this part of the park. We're all so excited about the possibilities here. Now, Chris, I seem to recall one of those days at Imagineering, you showed me a piece of concept art for what we're talking about here.
We do a lot of concept art,
Yeah.
but yes, I believe we did share some with you early on.
Yeah. And are you going to be a wimp, or are you going to share?
So you're calling me out on stage?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what's
calling.
happening?
You guys, these are our fans
By the
here.
way, I just want to
These
know.
are our fans.
Okay. I just want to know, first of all, I have a job come Monday morning.
You'll always have.
All right, great. Let's just show it. Let's show it. Okay, look, we're going to show you this. It's big, it's beautiful, it's over the top, and I hesitate even to call this a concept. Look, we develop lots of paintings like this to help our teams envision the possibilities of what could be. This is just one of them.
But I love this one.
It's a good one.
But I love this one.
I know.
Yes.
And I know that there's more beyond just that one park, Animal Kingdom. Since we're already pulled back the curtain a little bit here, why not go maybe a little bit further now, making some people really nervous? How would you like to talk about Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, I mean, please.
All right, Chris, if I recall, you were the creative director for New Fantasyland. And I guess up until like right now, that was the largest expansion in Magic Kingdom's history.
Yes, I mean, Magic Kingdom holds a special place in my heart. I think there are so many amazing stories yet to be told, lands yet to be explored. Trust me when I say this, but imagine we're always thinking about what is next. And one of the concepts we're most excited about is this idea of new frontiers. Let me give you an example. So Josh, do you ever wonder if you could travel to the other side of Big Thunder Mountain, what could be there?
Yeah. And I'm sure that there are about 7,000 people in the audience who wondered, what exactly is beyond Big Thunder?
All right, well, that's what we're exploring.
Okay.
So we're exploring. All right, so go with me. Everyone go with me. So let's take this journey. Imagine, what if we could pass over those spires of Big Thunder Mountain? And maybe in front of us, there's a valley in front of us with the little town of Santa Cecilia next to it. And they're celebrating Dia de los Muertos. And what if we could climb aboard the back of Albrina and fly into the land of the dead with our familia, just like the Riveras in Coco? That's what could be out there.
And of course, I mean, I'm just asking, what if we do want to talk about Bruno? You heard that, Josh. I'm sure you know that there are many of us at Disney Animation who cannot wait to see more Encanto in the parks. Who are we kidding? No one could bring a magical house to life like Disney Imagineering. What if you could walk into the magical casita, just saying, meet the family? What if Maribel is your guide, introducing you to all the wonder within those walls? Bruno's tower, Antonio's room, all of it. What if you could step up to a door and discover your own magical gift?
What if? Jennifer is not gonna stop. And you know what? She shouldn't. These types of ideas are exactly why I'm so glad you are both here today talking to our biggest fans about what could be on the horizon here. So let's talk about one more.
I thought we were
No.
All right.
One more.
All right.
Chris, come on.
All right. Yes, let's do it. Let's
All
share
right,
it.
well, listen, I know this one is not planned anytime soon, but it's something that we know all of you talk about. And it's a fun idea that's always in the back of our minds, and it's an area overrun by villains. No.
I'm gonna guess this hasn't just crossed our mind, but 7,000 other people as well would love maybe to see this idea happen.
And I know we love to hate, but mostly love, adore, and sometimes a little too obsessively adore our villains.
It's true.
All right, well, Chris, here I go again. I'm pretty sure that you shared another early concept or thought starter for the Magic Kingdom too.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
you already called me a wimp once, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and
Just go
we're
with
just
it.
going for it now, right? All right, let's roll. Let's show it. So, once again, this is the thought starter, but you can see here the villains looming overhead with Casa Magrial in the distance, and then we arrive at Santa Cecilia. That's what could be out there beyond Big Thunder Mountain.
I'm in trouble now, but I gotta say, this looks fantastic. Beyond Big Thunder Mountain is gonna be so cool. I can't wait to keep talking more with you both about these ideas and to start locking some of this in. Animation is where all of this began 100 years ago, and we have such a rich collection of stories to draw from. With your teams working closely together, I want to hear more. I want to share more with all of these fans. Jen, Chris, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
say it maybe for the 10th time today, you can see why I love this stuff. I just want to make sure that you know that we are constantly thinking about what's next. Because as Bob said on Friday, Disney is a company of unrivaled creativity. And we are never, never going to stop working towards that next great idea. We're never going to stop surprising you. We're never going to stop delighting you. We're pushing the boundaries of where we can all go together. We're always, always in search of Walt's great, big, beautiful tomorrows.